Here's Jimmy Ott and Charles Hanagriff.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live?
From Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar and Town Square Pizza, welcome to the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. I'm Charles Hanagriff along with Jimmy Ott. Jordan Kinchin's back in the studio. Dwayne Colucci with us today, as well as Matt Humans and Kenny White. Glad to have you with us. Kind of a warm day in November downtown Baton Rouge. Hope you can make it in your plans. Come on down to see us for lunch. Grab a slice of pizza. Grab some oysters here at Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza. Jimmy, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
The news that came out just probably about 30, 40 minutes ago that
SEC Billy?
SEC Billy, if we're going to call him Sunbelt Billy, we got to talk about it as a geographical thing, like the Sunbelt of the country, not the Sunbelt Conference.
Oh, no.
No, I know.
I'm
kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. Scott Strickland, the athletic director at Florida, announced that Billy Napier will continue next year as coach of the Florida Gators. Gators on the season are 4-4. They're 2-3 in the SEC. They're down to their third-string quarterback for the last month of the season. They started out with an awful performance against Miami. Got beat by Texas A&M a couple of weeks later. That was the Aggies' first road win in 2 years in the league. But they've gotten better. They won against Mississippi State and Central Florida. They were competitive against Tennessee and Georgia. And they believe that Billy Napier can turn this thing around. A couple of things before we get into the records. First of all, I think it's important to note that the president of the University of Florida, who hired both Strickland and Napier, had retired, but he has returned on an interim basis after his replacement stepped down. So the guy that hired both of them is back, at least in an interim basis, in that chair. The second thing is that Pete Thamel's reporting that 70% of Florida's NIL money is tied to freshmen and sophomores, and that losing Napier would possibly mean losing DJ Lagway, the quarterback who went down against Georgia, but obviously is their future at the position. So a couple of reasons there. Jimmy, what do you think? Are you surprised?
I mean, we've talked about this a lot, and his team has gotten a lot better, which rarely happens because once you see up front your deficiencies, that's usually what you have. I mean, you can improve. Quarterbacks can improve. Offensive line play certainly usually improves. The first year coaches, you want to see some type of movement in the right direction. That gives you an idea. But this was more of his younger players kind of either getting thrown in there, getting a chance, or they're a completely different looking team at the line of scrimmage than what they were against Miami. And that's in the locker room as well. Where you got humiliated a couple of times against Miami and Texas A&M. But we said it that there's some good things. There's some positive things happening out of his ability, his coaching, and to keep that thing together. And man, to have Tennessee on the ropes in Knoxville, to have Georgia on the ropes in Jacksonville, where neither of those teams can afford a loss for their playoff chances. It's a little bit unlucky. They plastered a Kentucky team. Kentucky's not good, but Kentucky rarely gets blown out. And I mean, from a handicapping perspective, man, they're a team to back as of late. In the last, a handful, probably since the A&M loss. But it was, it's the SEC and it's tough. And it just makes you wonder that, well, if this was a football program that was operating at a higher budget, they might not give them another year. But I almost feel like, man, when Mertz goes down in Lagway, and I know injuries happen, but damn, not many teams are down to the third string quarterback in college football. I can't name one in the top 30 that's down to the third string quarterback.
No,
We see quarterback switches all the time. It's quarterback situations and improvements and, identifying which one. But clearly, they're top two because you're going from an experienced, good quarterback to a real promising, big time recruit to an Ivy League guy. And I just think that, I don't know, man. He might have a little something. You talk about the recruiting. Maybe this will help. I don't think it can hurt. That's for sure. But he'll have to do most of his recruiting this year because nobody gave him a chance to save his job. And the schedule, man, the schedule is it's just relentless. It's been relentless. So I know that you had him kind of, signed, sealed, and delivered. And in Rohan, it said, man, that's hard to do, to have his team playing, with as much fight as they have as of late.
I give him a lot of credit for holding this thing together this year. I'm with you on that. I'm surprised that he is going to be back. And the reason I say that is he has a losing record in all 3 seasons in the Southeastern Conference. Generally, at a program the size of Florida, you don't get a 4th year if that happens. We've seen coaches fired from programs of this size with way better records than that. So generally, you do not get a 4th year if that's the case. A lot of times you will see a coach get bailed out on his record if they believe that there is a recruiting advantage to be detriment if they fire him. Generally, you see a coach with a big recruiting class expected to come in, and you say, well, if you get rid of him, then everybody's released from their commitment, and you'll be lucky to retain a portion of that. That's not the case here either. Napier does not have at this point a very good recruiting class committed. So I am surprised that he's being retained. If you'd asked me before the season, I thought that he wasn't going to make it. If you'd asked me after the opener, certainly after September, I wouldn't have said he was going to make it. Now, that being said, I do think that this is a good move for Strickland to announce it today if they're going to keep him. You have enough data if you're Scott Strickland to retain or dismiss Billy Napier. Whatever happens in the next month is skewed data because of the third string quarterback. Nobody expects him to go out and beat an LSU or a Texas with his third string quarterback. So what you know today is what you're going to know a month from now. I continue to ask the question if.
And they know they know the timing. They know it's going to be hard to win another game.
Right. And you're not going to learn it. If he loses the next 4, well, they may be Florida State, but he's got a third string quarterback. So this data is skewed. You have enough data at this point to make a call. So if you're going to keep him, announce it now. Give him a chance to rally with the recruits that he's in on between now and signing days a little under a month away from now. You may actually be able to build some momentum with that. I am interested in Thamel's report that 70% of their NIL dollars are tied up in freshmen and sophomores. I got 2 questions about that. Is it 70% of their total dollars? In other words, do they have an NIL cap that whatever you have now, you're only going to be able to add 30% to it? And the second question I would ask is, if you've got 70% of your NIL dollars already on the roster, shouldn't you be a little bit better than you have been? Now, those are questions that have to be answered internally. The 4 coaches that were hired at big-time programs 3 years ago, Napier, Riley, Venables, and Kelly. Napier has the worst record of the 4 by a pretty good bit. And Lincoln Riley is considered to be on somewhat of I don't think they're going to fire him, but certainly things are getting uncomfortable for him out in LA. And I don't know why Oklahoma ever extended Brent Venables in the first place. 15-18 for Napier, 23-13 for Riley, 21-14 for Venables, 26-9 for Kelly. So just to give you a perspective of where he was compared, and that's 4 big time football programs, big brands, big budgets, and he's behind all of them.
Some of the best football, I think the best football in the country. They kind of been going back and forth. Texas has kind of passed them up. Texas has 50% more population than the state of Florida, but as far as high schools producing the most NFL players, and Florida is, I mean, and you're the only SEC team in the state of Florida. It's a hell of a resource. Um, but their budgets has not. We talked about Kiffin. Would he go? Well, certainly he's got more resources in a recruiting base, no comparison. But even would Florida give Kiffin as much as he's getting these people from Ole Miss to put together right now?
I
You
don't.
know?
That's the $1 million question, and not $1 million question, probably a $25 million question. Saban made kind of an offhand comment on game day. I think it was in week 2 that hey, Florida bought a roster for I think did he say $20 million, and they got blown out by Miami in the opener. So it's where you spend your money.
Sure, but they still have. They're in the top 10, barely tied for 10 with active players in the NFL from Florida. Even in these lean times, there's still some talent coming through there.
Yeah,
Top 10.
right. I mean, so isn't that more of a a
An
ding
indictment on the coaching.
Yeah,
No,
that
I get it.
there's plenty of guys right
That's why I'm bringing it up.
close enough. The buyout on him would have been $26 million. I know that we think about this stuff like monopoly money now, and Texas A&M's buyout of Jimbo Fisher of $76 million is the biggest ever. But I was a little bit surprised to see this number. 26 million would be number 2. It's more than Auburn paid Gus to go away, who had a way better record than Napier, by the way, and got fired at Auburn. So is the price tag also part of what's scaring them off? We become accustomed to just saying, well, they'll find the money if they want to run him off. It's not always quite that easy, and it's why I'm continue to marvel at athletic directors that just continue to add years and years and years to contracts when all you're doing is increasing the buyout if you ever have to fire them. Because if they do better, you have to give them a raise.
Mm-hmm.
So the contracts are so one-sided for these reasons, and the athletic directors continue to get routed by the agents. But I do think if you're going to keep him, say so today. I think that helps him. I think that alleviates a lot of the pressure around the building, and it certainly makes it an easier story to tell recruits when you go out and say, yes, I will be back next year. My athletic director has said, he didn't give me a vote of confidence like, oh, we really like what he's doing and we'll evaluate. No, he said he will be back next year. He won't be fired. So this keeps Lagway in the fold, coming back from the injury, and gives him a chance to go out and recruit.
We're over here at Jolie Pearl, and man, holiday parties, man. Come on, yes, indeed. Inquire about us over here at Jolie Pearl, and we've got a whole separate menu for our for our holiday parties. So it's really cool, man. It's a historic landmark downtown. It's kind of a restored, older building, brick walls, kind of natural, the original flooring down. We've just renovated it, in the last 9 months or so. And man, it's going to be decked out in all of holiday garb as well. I mean, it is holiday decorations on steroids, man. It is an awesome place, and we can handle any type of size gathering. So, reserve your spot because it has become a very popular spot in the downtown area to, for parties. 615-7172. So call Elizabeth over here at Jolie Pearl at 615-7172. Meet about size, do your menu, your bar, whatever. However you want to customize your holiday gathering, it is a must over here. Bama's in town this weekend, but not just Alabama fans downtown, but a lot of LSU fans staying downtown as well. You staying downtown? We are open. Saturday and Sunday brunch is a great option before maybe you head toward get your Bloody Mary, a customized Bloody Mary over here before you head to campus. But within walking distance, I mean, the Watermark, a minute away. Hotel Indigo, 2 minutes. The Hilton, 2 minutes away. Courtyard by Marriott, maybe 2.5, 3 minute walk. All of the major hotels downtown within walking distance. So even if you have your car it's valeted or parked at the property, just walk on over here, man. Walk through downtown Baton Rouge. Come see us over here at Jolie Pearl. Town Square Pizza as well, man. Piping hot pizza, fresh ingredients, plenty enough, very filling as well. Baton Rouge's newest pizzeria. You talk about really, really good stuff. But again, Bama weekend this weekend, and you know what? When you're here too, we got a lot of screens over here. You watch your games as you eat Saturday or Sunday brunch before you head to campus for the LSU Alabama game.
Live at Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
We are the soldiers of the Louisiana Army National Guard. We are your neighbors. We are your sons and daughters. While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certification. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Struggling to lose weight? Feeling overwhelmed by diets and exercise plans that just don't work? There's a better way. Unique Physique offers weight loss injectable medications. Semaglutide, now only $195 a month, and tirzepatide is only $325 a month. The lowest prices in town. No contracts, no gimmicks, just real results without the hassle. Visit uniquephysique.com or call today to schedule a consultation and unlock your weight loss potential. Unique Physique, your weight loss solution.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Hi, I'm Skip Bergman. You know, my players relied on me for guidance and advice, whether it was fielding tips or when to swing for the fences or the little gorilla ball. In business, that's where good bankers come in, like the business bankers at Citizen Bank and Trust.
That's right, Skip. This is Jim Ferguson of Citizens Bank. If you're a business owner, the bankers at Citizens are here to coach you up for success. Join our team today. Citizens Bank and Trust. Business bankers, business partners, member FDIC.
This is Gordy Rush, and I know that successful business owners understand the potency of radio and digital marketing, each formidable in their own right. But combining them creates exponential impact. Introducing Guarantee Media Digital, bringing optimal brand messaging to businesses. Guarantee Media Digital guarantees measurable results. Uniting radio and digital will elevate your journey towards success. Secure your free digital audit now at guaranteemedia.com.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
Please consider making a donation locally through St. Vincent de Paul that truly helps people in need. If you have a boat, car, motorcycle, RV, clothing, housewares, or furniture you no longer use, please consider donating it to St. Vincent de Paul. This donation could get you a tax deduction. Visit svdpbr.org.
Hi, this is Jake and James of Trash Rangers of Louisiana. Have a question, a problem, call us. We answer the phone. 225-363-9053.
Glow Resources, complete employer solutions. glowresources.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square. on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, the new LouisianaSports.net, as well as 1045ESPN.com. We've also got a new bonus handicast this week with some film from earlier in the year. You want to check that out on YouTube. But on LouisianaSports.net, an interesting piece by Ross Jackson, who covers the Saints for us. And this was per Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer and Nick Underhill at New Orleans Football, that the decision to fire Dennis Allen came more from Gail Benson than it did from Mickey Loomis. This is the quote that's in the story. Benson and her group were hearing from the fan base in a way that they hadn't before, and their resolve was strengthened through that. The point that the perception inside the building holds that Allen might have been fired Monday, even if they had beaten the Carolina Panthers. The nugget that he picked up the last couple of days, this is Breer from Sports Illustrated, that the decision was driven by ownership, with Gail Benson reaching a breaking point with the team's struggles over the past few weeks. Mickey Loomis, I'm told, didn't want to pull the plug on Allen yet. This coincides with what Loomis said on WWL Radio on Monday night, where they Tuesday night, where they do a regular weekly, a show, that he thought that Dennis Allen was a great coach, and that there was talk around, if you asked around the league, they would think he was a great coach.
Oh.
And basically, talked about the injuries again, and said, well, with Marshawn Lattimore, we got a good value. We still think he's a good player, but at no point, and I listened, did Loomis at any point express any reservations that, hey, you know what, we need to really take a step back and look at this, our roster, how we built it, how we're going forward, who our coaching staff is. They're basically the whole thing. There's nothing you don't need to reevaluate. I didn't hear any of that.
No, that would attract criticism on him.
Right.
No, he's into self-preservation.
This is the first time that, at least for me, you tell me if you can remember any, that we have any indication that Gail Benson is not in lockstep with Mickey Loomis, that it's your ship to fly. Go ahead and do it. I'm not going to get in the way. This is the first time, if this report is accurate, and Breer's pretty good, and Ross has done a real nice job for us covering the Saints as well, that there is some, Mickey, I don't care if you think he should stay. He's got to go. And I'm the owner, and he's got to go now. And Loomis's comments, the only public comments he's made, did not meet with the media. He did. It's a pretty friendly, environment for him on WWL. It's, flagship and all that. This is the first time that we've seen Miss Gail willing to step in and override one of her managers that clearly wanted to do something else.
What is her strength?
Her strength is that I think she's a builder of coalition. I think she's a wonderful ambassador. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. Okay. She's not a nuts and bolts basketball team builder, a football team builder. I think she's ambassador is probably the word I would use.
I think that, what is she flipped Benson's legacy.
Yes.
How did she do that? Because she read the room, because she can, though she's living a gifted lifestyle, to say the least. Sometimes those people can be so detached and
entitled,
not really entitled, detached, and just unaware, and just not observing what's kind of going around. I mean, no, she flipped this. I mean, he didn't just change on his own.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
She flipped it, and he is thought of, and she did him a great service. And the reading the room, and this is why I thought it was a slam dunk last year that Allen could not survive after last year. You could not bring him back if she's reading the room at all. And I lost some confidence in her ability to do that. But now that this is all unraveling, she still allowed Mickey Loomis to do his job. Yeah. Mickey Loomis brought in this guy, just like who hired Billy Napier.
Right. Scott
Okay,
Strick,
he's
yeah.
the guy that's
Yeah.
retaining him. Okay,
Yeah.
but now it's reached a point where Mickey, I got to step in, and it wasn't just this week.
No,
it wasn't just this week.
This may be the straw that broke the camel's back, but it
Yes,
wasn't just this.
Yes. So she's. I don't know where you got that. Where Mickey Loomis said he's respected him. That's a lie. Okay, that's
a quote.
That's a lie.
Yes, of
he's
course
not
it is.
respected around the league.
If he had said he is a
I'm not-
respected
I'm not- I'm
assistant
just-
coach,
he
I would.
just. Oh no, of course he is.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what he's in a head coaching capacity
Correct.
now.
He
We're
is in-
talking head coach. We're not
Yes.
talking about assistant coach.
Correct.
Okay. So she's stepping in. Guess what? The next thing she's going to do, step in. She's going to remove him.
That's where I'm going with this. Okay, this is the
Does
first
that
time.
give you a little hope?
Yes, it
Yes.
does. The first time.
Now, wait, how does you see our writer from the website, Underhill, and
Albert Breer from
why
Sports
you put
Illustrated.
all of the Woody? Why did you piece all these guys together? They didn't work on this together, or they all reported the same thing.
They all reported the same thing yesterday.
Okay, yeah. I mean, no, this is this is
some details.
This is 99.9% factual.
And everybody heard Loomis say this on Tuesday night on WWL. I mean, this wasn't.
He's into self-preservation mode.
Right.
He
still thinks they're doing things the right way, and they're not. Jimmy, he must. I mean, he's still restructuring contracts. He's still trying to keep the same tired coach. And look, I wasn't necessarily. I didn't care whether they fired.
It's not unusual for the GM or the AD to keep the coach, to hang with them long, because the guy they hired. We talk about that all the time. They would do it with players. They do it with coaches.
Even the Lattimore trade, which was a good trade for them because, well, recoup some assets for something and try to get some cap relief down the line, not now, was something that was put into place a year ago. They restructured his contract last year that would make him easier to trade. And I'll go through the details. It's boring, but they were probably looking to move Lattimore regardless of record. And we did see them do that over the years.
How many games has Lattimore played the last 3 years?
Half. A little. Well, he's played 7 out of 9 this year.
Okay.
But the last 2 years, he played about exactly half, 17 out of 34, which was one of the reasons they were looking to move him. They've moved productive players that they considered expendable before for various reasons, like a Jimmy Graham or a Junior Gillette. You got to be a problem in the locker room. Brandon Cooks. And if Lattimore was a problem because he couldn't play, they were looking to move him. So I don't know that Loomis has got this philosophical shift in his head. Hey, we need to start moving assets and rebuilding, as much as he was just ready to get off of Lattimore's contract because he wasn't playing that much. At any rate, this is a positive sign for me. If Miss Gale didn't, and I'll finish with this, if Miss Gale didn't read the room properly at the end of last season, I think she's got her read back. 3 straight games in the Superdome coming up in the next 3 weeks. Okay.
Oh, you're going to see
next 4 weeks, excuse me, with the bye. She knew that if Dennis Allen was on the sideline, it was going to be ugly. And that's why she said, no, he's got to go today.
She's aware.
Yes.
She gets it. She doesn't want that embarrassment. I mean,
right.
And it's going to be, and no, it's, but the next thing is she needs somebody to say, explain. Doug Ireland, come in here. Explain the cap situation to me. Explain to this why. Okay, all right. We were trying to make a run with Breed. Now, why are we still doing this?
Yeah.
And okay, let's try and improve this, because until we do, we really can't expect to compete at the highest level. And our other strength is obviously she will afford you staff budget, facilities, resources. Okay, but also stay out your business. And ain't many that will do that. But she's got to, this is the part of the business where, so it's a little bit of a, we want this to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So, to have that exact happy medium, it's tough for an owner. But this is a step in the right. He's freaking got to go.
Yes.
He's insulting your freaking, your paying customer.
Again.
I mean, where's Jolie Pearl? Hey, thanks for coming in. Like, man, you look like crap.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
Right.
Hey, wait. Oh, a table of 4. You look. I mean, oh, this is your date. Can you do any better than that? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, still waiting for that Chuck Noll, Tom Landry. Where it go around?
Not gonna happen.
Oh, yes, indeed. Over here at Jolie Pearl, holiday parties this weekend, brunch, Saturday and Sunday brunch. You staying downtown for LSU Bama. Our friends over at Workbox Services. Again, my buddy Martine Padial at Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet, not just one size. These units can be customized for any use as well. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martine a call at Workbox 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Live is Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak high. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save, in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
If you liked Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar before, you will love the all-new updated Jolie Pearl in downtown Baton Rouge. Jolie Pearl is the place for the true oyster connoisseur, featuring a brand new extended menu. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar features oysters from all over the world, served up grilled, baked, and raw. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or before any event downtown or at the River Center. Jolie Pearl. Upscale oysters in a New Orleans-style atmosphere, North Boulevard in the heart of downtown, or online at joliepearloysterbar.com.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mira, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Charles Hanagriff for Supreme Rice. We always ask you to support our Louisiana farmers. Well, Supreme Rice has a long history of working with those Louisiana farmers in developing and maintaining sustainable farming practices. And now their Climate Smart program supports farming practices that reduce methane emissions and support water conservation, positively impacting the longevity of rice farming for future generations. So the next time you shop for rice, make it Supreme Rice. For more information and great recipes, go to supremerice.com and look for the Climate Smart logo on Supreme Rice bags coming soon.
After the final whistle under Friday Night Lights, head to Brock's Friday Night Clinic for free orthopedic care and more. Whether you're a football player, cheerleader, band member, or dancer, everyone's welcome. Trust Brock for expert care after the game.
Water is water, right? Not when it's Evermore. Smooth tasting Evermore water is Mother Nature's masterpiece. Evermore is natural artesian water. Maybe you want a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore. Available at great local retailers.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
It's time. It's now Colucci time. Dwayne Colucci is back to give his best picks on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Well. Sierra Leone, baby. Huh?
out of the classic, man.
Oh, baby. Nice.
Win it 2 days ahead of time.
Well done, Colucci time. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, guys. How about you guys in lovely Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
We're doing fine after that Breeders' Cup Classic win, huh? Not
You
bad.
like that, right?
Not bad, huh? Not bad. No, we like it a lot. Yes, indeed. No question. No question. So, how was the rest of your Breeders' Cup?
The rest was okay. I mean, Friday was a beating, but Saturday was pretty good. I'll be honest with you. The whole thing was I had that turf sprint race. So I'm not 25 minutes. He obviously
boy.
put up serious sack there, guys. The bullet and the
we got to get him again, Jordan. Jordan, let's
Colucci,
reconnect.
we got to get another connection. So going in and out that's like 3 times. So we'll try and get that taken care of. Don't forget our friends over at United Community Bank, the local way to bank big with locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 50 years, including our newest branch at Burbank and Bluebonnet. Our great team of bankers, Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Prentice Wilkes, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, David Henry. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender here at Jolie Pearl. Jolie Pearl holiday parties, and also our weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday brunch for Bama weekend this weekend. Colucci, we got you back now. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Okay. Yeah, Friday was rough, but Saturday we had that turf sprint race where they claimed foul on the 4-horse, the winner, for like 20 minutes, and they didn't put us up. We ran second and third there. We had the 2 and the 5, Ag Bullet, and the I can't think of the other horse's name, the Phil D'Amato trainee. And we ran second and third. We would have had a monster exacta and a huge, huge day if they put us up there. And as the announcer, Larry Coleman, is telling you after the review where they don't take the horse down, he came out several pads, he impeded the horse up, but we still didn't take him down. There has to be a governing board when it comes to stewards and some of these decisions. Somebody has to oversight. I preached about it 2 weeks prior to the Breeders' Cup when my friend's horse was removed by the Breeders' Cup stewards and vets, not the Del Mar racetrack vets. So you keep interchanging stewards, veterinarians, different perspectives, and there's no consistency. So, we would have had a banner day on Saturday. We had the back-to-back 11s. You guys said Sierra Leone just ran lights out. What a beautiful, beautiful racehorse and training job by Chad Brown there. And, it shows how good Fierceness was because he ran some incredible fractions. If you look at the times, the 44, the 135 flat, 109 and change, and only lost by, a minuscule amount. So the 3-year-olds came out shining in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And, a tremendous overall performance by Del Mar, the racetrack itself, other than the slight mishap with the disqualification not happening. But they catered to the crowd. It seemed like good. My handle was way up here at the Rampart. It was just off the hook. We had an excellent time, and I know South Point as well.
Irish and British horses on a turf. I mean, they're feeling a little bit more frisky coming over it with some success, and you saw more shippers, from that area of the world this past weekend. But Colucci, what was the name of the school, the Catholic school you went to again in New York? What was it again?
High school, Christ the King.
Christ
the King High School.
Christ.
Very popular basketball.
Yes, indeed. Christ the King.
Funnel for WNBA.
And what was father's name? What was father's name? The priest's name there again?
We had Father Savage. He was at the time I was there. Father Savage was
Father
great.
Savage. Father Savage.
He overlooked everything. Yes.
So all right. So we got a little bit of a cleansing, a little bit of a confession here, and we're gonna try and move on. We have a little closure here. But anyway, so Friday we go down.
Wait, are we saying, Jimmy, is this last rites for the Cowboys? And
No.
We don't need to be part-
No, I got an idea where he's going with this.
We'll get to that in just a
I got
second.
an
So,
idea.
me and my buddy Michael Bachok, who won the $1 million national contest, at Treasure Island about 10 years ago. We're down there, and Charlie comes in last minute, and Charlie says, "Oh, I want some of the pick 5."
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. He said, "Would you like some of this ticket since you just walked in?" I didn't ask. I just said
Yeah.
yes.
So
okay,
Charlie
go ahead.
last minute gets in. Maybe he had a formal announcement. Invitation. You have that proof as well. So anyway, guess what, Kalush? It hits.
What's up?
It hits on Friday. So then Saturday, is Charlie getting in our pick 5 again? He does. And we hit 4 of the 5 this time.
Wow.
We missed one race. Charlie, tell Mr. Colucci or Father Savage what you did on the remaining race.
I made a mistake that I know better and did it anyway when our horse was on the lead.
I know, Father Savage, forgive me.
Father Savage, forgive me for I have sinned. With a horse on the lead who was widening a lead on the backstretch, I said, he looks like Secretariat. I got a lot of dirty looks. The horse obviously faded, didn't win. All the rest of them won. I got blamed for it. It is my fault. We would hit back-to-back pick 5s if not for me. I know better. I promise to. I will say my act of contrition, and I promise never to do it again. It was my fault.
Yes, it was. No, Colucci. It was just like that. Oh, I kind of remember Secretariat.
We had won 6 straight races at that point. I was getting a little cocky.
I reached over. I said, "Are you trying to throw a piano on his back?"
Yeah.
I mean,
unbelievable. And this was this weekend?
Yeah.
Yes. This was Saturday Breeders' Cup Pick 5.
Michael had a monster Friday then. If you guys hit the pick 5 then.
Yeah, he got
pretty solid.
he got the won another seat at the national contest. And he picked up dinner that night at Mahoney. So yes, it was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 would have been 10 out of 10 except for me.
So we moved on. We're not going to kill him. I told him, but we had to cleanse this whole thing because it was just a nasty taste.
I gotta go say, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey, where's the action? Any action on the 2 big games in the SEC? Ole Miss, Georgia, LSU, Alabama.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're taking tons of action here. Always at the Rampart South.
On Bama?
So, which one do you want to go first? Which one do you want to go?
Let's
first?
go in order. 2:30 in the group.
Wait,
Lane Kiffin can't understand.
Hold on. Ole Miss is 12:30. So I got Ole Miss and Georgia. We're obviously seeing two-way action here because Ole Miss has really stepped up their level of play. Georgia 7-1. They got the job done. They beat the undefeated monster in Texas. There now 2.5 at the Rampart and South Point. Great two-way action. We're still sitting at the opener on that game, guys. So, I anticipate that we're going to get some Georgia money late. I'm not sure if it's going to push it, though, to that 3-point needle. That's very, very difficult to get to when you have a marquee matchup like this because it's such a key number, guys. And us as bookmakers, we want to see a lot of Georgia money to make it 3 because the buyback just then could be incredible. And then you could get sided if Georgia ends up winning the game because you're paying off all the Georgia money at 2.5. And then all the takers on Ole Miss will get 3. So you're giving that money back. So, it's a difficult game to handicap right now. I think Georgia really showed some merit, some slow starts here and there for this team during the course of the season, especially against Bama. That's why they lost that game. So they have to rectify that problem. Going into Ole Miss is not going to be easy, kind of like Georgia a little, guys, but we're taking immense two-way action there, parlays and teasers. Same thing with the second game, guys. They're respecting your LSU team here big time, the Tigers, and Bama open 3, they're sitting at 3, road favorite still, so I know you guys don't see that as any respect, but we're getting good two-way action on this game as well, and this is going to be a primetime game in your neck of the woods and 4:30 start, so this will be the afternoon best matchup that we will have on the big screen. Just a great, phenomenal matchup. I'm not sure if LSU is up to the test. You guys tell me. I saw a lot of interviews with Kelly this week. He's really stoked and fired up. We're going to see how this game plays up. We opened it at 3, still at 3. Opened it at 58.5, still at 58.5. So you could see that these are two marquee SEC matchups that we're taking great two-way action.
All right. At night, at night it's going to be hard to beat LSU in the stadium. I've seen some much tougher Bama teams come in here and have all they could handle.
Tougher.
Much tougher. So we will see about that. And look, you don't know. You don't know what game to game, quarter to quarter, half to half, play to play, what quarterbacks you get in the SEC this year. A lot of talented quarterbacks, a lot of inconsistent play this year as well. Hey, you got anything on the ice for us tonight?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's start it off. Tampa Bay Lightning, very difficult stretch on the road. I think this is a good spot right now for them to get back on track against the Flyers. Now, they've lost, 3 in a row after beating the Avalanche. But that was a long, long road trip. And notoriously, it's good to bet against a team when returning from a long road trip, guys. I always preach that. But I think this is a different situation. I think the Lightning really needed to get home. Their last win, actually, was on the road against the Avalanche. But prior to that, they were able to beat the Predators, beat the Capitals, who are two really nice teams, especially the Capitals. Predators are finding their way at home. So the Lightning seem to be a much better team this year at home. So I'm going to take the Lightning tonight, even though it's the first game back off a long road trip. Plus, you're laying a nice spot here, 190. But, you could always take the puck line. The Flyers still having trouble finding their way. I mean, 4-8-1. Tortorella is he's such a hands-on coach that it works both ways with him, guys. Sometimes the players are very perceptive and will step up. Other times players will fall back into a rut. I know he's got to be going crazy on these kids right now. So I don't know if that's the right atmosphere in Philadelphia. I'm going to take the Lightning tonight. I think that's a very, very nice spot. I'm also going to take the Utah Hockey Club tonight. We're going to take a shot going into St. Louis. I mean, the Blues have been playing unbelievably well. They're on a home trip now, but they just come off beating the Maple Leafs for the second time in a row, and they beat the Lightning, like we just discussed, in a bruising, battling game. I mean, the Blues are a very hard-checking team, and they had 2-1 check amount against the Lightning. They were really pounding on them that night, and it was still only 3-2. Eventually, this wear and tear is going to get down on you. Plus, they have upcoming games against the Capitals and Bruins, which are very, very difficult. And look at the line on this game tonight, guys. You're seeing Utah take massive action, and it's kind of a head-scratcher just because of the fact that why are they taking action against a team that beat two of the best teams in the NHL?
Because they just played them. Yeah.
Right. They opened up -110. Now you got Utah at the Rampart and South Point at -115. Take the Utah Hockey Club. They're definitely going to play hard in this game. I think they come out with a victory. The Rangers, it's easy to give them out 2-1. Sabres played a tough game the other night, but came out on top of Ottawa. Lambasted them, basically. Rangers are playing at such a high level. I mean, you could throw them on a couple of parlays, but I don't like playing 190. And I won't lay Buffalo a $1.50. So, if you need a third team on a parlay, the Rangers are a prime candidate. You're seeing a lot of big spreads tonight, too, a lot of mismatches. The Canadians can't find their way. I think they're going to make a coaching change soon. So you have the Devils at 320. There's another 320 in Dallas against Chicago. You have Minnesota on the road at 250, Hurricanes 250. So I think we're picking the prime meat here in the two good games where they're kind of reined in, except for the Lightning. I would lay the puck line in the Lightning game.
Oh, you would? Okay, because I was about to say it's over $2 now.
It's -190 here. I see in your neck of the woods, and at some of the properties in Vegas, it's over 2-1. So let's lay the $1.50 with the Lightning.
Okay.
Take the Utah Club -115 in that range. You guys might be able to get a pick 'em. And if you need a three-teamer or a round robin, throw the Rangers on. They're unstoppable.
Gotcha. Charlie, you have anything else from my buddy Colucci? Huh?
Thank you for not giving me too much grief about that.
When you went to confession with Father Savage, what did he tell you? Huh? Give me a little. Give me a little. What he would tell Charlie in this spot? Huh, Dwayne?
Go and sin no more.
You guys are breaking up again.
He'd say go and sin no more.
Tell me.
We're not going to call you mush yet, Charlie. You were also touting the Saints. Let me tell you, you were touting them Saints when they put up.
Oh, I know. No, I need to ask you. I still have my ticket. Saints Super Bowl. Where? Yeah. How much can I cash out at the Rampart? Huh?
Jimmy, we had a guy this week who's already got 44,000 on the Saints. After the coaching change, I posted a ticket on X. And I didn't post the second one, but we took two $22,000 bets. Maybe this is for the Saints to come marching in.
Wait. This is for the game against the Falcons, not the future bet.
Yeah. Got to be. All right, we lost. Yeah, we lost it.
All right, thanks, Kaluch. We got to run. All right, follow Dwayne at Twitter at NYBookieDwayne. So yes, no, I'm looking for a cash out value in my future bet.
I'll ask around.
Can I send it
for
to
you.
Miss Gail?
Maybe that might be the one place you can get.
Hey, Mick, what about this one? What can you give me for this one?
Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The new location of Los Reyes Mexican Grill. Wesley, across from Mike Anderson's. Man, the place looks great. Lots of indoor and outdoor seating options with plenty of big TVs to watch all your favorite games. All of the traditional Mexican cuisine with a great happy hour, 2:30 to 6:30, 7 days a week. Plus, $5 margaritas all day, all night on Wednesdays. Great spot to bring the baseball team in between games. Just 5 minutes north of Traction and 5 minutes south of LSU. Los Reyes Mexican Grill, 1072 West Lee, near Nicholson.
Are you caring for a loved one and feeling a bit overwhelmed? There's hope. Decision Critical is here to make a difference. This premier private duty nursing agency brings compassionate, personalized care right to your home. Imagine healing surrounded by those you love with care tailored just for you. Visit DecisionCriticalBR.com to schedule your in-home consultation, because this isn't just healthcare. It's healthcare for your lifestyle. Baton Rouge's best-kept secret won't be a secret much longer. Tallulah Restaurant inside the Renaissance Hotel. This isn't a hotel restaurant. It's a casual, upscale dining experience, which happens to be inside the Renaissance Hotel. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Tallulah is the perfect spot for that business lunch or that elegant night on the town. For reservations or to view the menu, visit TallulahRestaurant.com. That's TallulahRestaurant.com.
When you've been in the industry for over 20 years, you learn a few things. For one thing, you learn your product inside and out, but you also learn how to ask the right questions and give satisfying answers. Jim's Firearms.
This is Chuck Oliver. Listen to me as we talk college football all year long, weeknights at 6 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. It's brought to you locally by Louisiana Turf Company. Visit them at louisianaturf.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
Do you love golf but struggle to find the time to play? Schneider's Golf Mechanics on Bluebonnet has 2 state-of-the-art simulators where you can play 18 holes in an hour, anytime, rain or shine. Schneider's Golf Mechanics. Fix your clubs, fix your game. SchneidersGolfMechanics.com.
Bow and waterfowl season is open, and Southern Outfitters is your one-stop shop. Fully stocked with decoys, full-service bow repair, and sales. Tree stands, hang-ons, and hunting apparel for the entire family. Visit Southern Outfitters in Zachary and at SouthernOutfittersLA.com.
Hi, this is Jake and James of Trash Rangers of Louisiana. If you switch your residential or commercial trash pickup to us, we promise to never sell your trash to the paparazzi. Seriously.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
every year right around Veterans Day, which is this Monday. Our red, white, and blue event takes place tonight. We'll have it at BRQ. It is a couchon delay and a cocktail challenge. It's a lot of fun. You can come out and eat and drink if you like barbecue, but you don't drink. You can get tickets just for the barbecue, or if you want to take place with the cocktail challenge as well, or if you just want to volunteer to feed a vet or a volunteer, we can do those too. And tonight, the charity that we're raising money for is called Rovers to the Rescue. Last year, we were donating towards veterans that were dealing with PTSD and towards suicide prevention. And this year, we're talking about Rovers to the Rescue, which is an organization that trains and provides service dogs to veterans that need them. So it's a great cause. We raised a lot of money last year. We were able to donate almost $30,000 to our veterans, and we're hoping to top that number this year. So come on out. There's an auction. There's a lot of great cocktails that you can buy, and of course it's all for our vets. So come on out and support us. Red, white, and blue at BRQ tonight on Perkins Road. We're supporting Rovers to the Rescue for our veterans. That's tonight, and the cocktail hour starts at 5 o'clock. Back with hour number 2 here at Jolie Pearl, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Keith Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Everyday Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. At Jolie Pearl, we're pretty shucking good. Louisiana Lanyap on Perkins and Bluebonnet. Winner of the most 225's Best of Awards. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee, and Phil's Oyster Bar since 1950 on Government Street and now in the South Downs Shopping Center. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Citizens Bank and Trust are bringing you the ultimate holiday gift with our Home for the Holiday Sweepstakes. Imagine 2025 with your rent or mortgage covered up to $18,000. We're here to make your holidays a whole lot brighter. Just sign up at 1045ESPN.com and you could be living stress-free next year. Home for the Holidays is presented by Citizens Bank and Trust. The winner will be notified on December 20th. Sign up now at 1045ESPN.com.
Drive a Land Rover or a Porsche? Choose Vex European for expert service. Tired of waiting weeks to get your European card for basic maintenance? At Vex European, we have committed to basic service done the same day or the next day. Book today, get service tomorrow. Visit VexEuropean.com.
Robinson Brothers Ford is where truck and SUV buyers go for big selection and even bigger savings. F-150s, F-250s, Escapes, Explorers, Broncos. We're stocked up and ready to sell your favorite new Fords at a price you love. Right now, save thousands plus pocket big Robinson Brothers cash on 2024 Escapes and 2023 F-150 XLTs. And as always, no unexpected fees. Hurry to Robinson Brothers Ford.
Excludes TTNL registration, insurance, and dealer doc fees. Ford credit bonus cash with approved credit through Ford Motor Credit.
Rev Business is connecting companies from the bayou to the river to the lake with the technology, expertise, and uniquely homegrown support that only Rev Business can deliver. from internet and hosted phone to managed Wi-Fi and Metro E. Our best-in-class services are tailored to your needs, backed by in-house support and a local team devoted to keeping your business up and running. Visit us at letsrev.biz. Rev Business.
Harness the Boudreaux boost when storms loom. Boudreaux's Electrical powers your life with top-tier Generac home standby generators. Dial Boudreaux's Electrical for energy that endures, because with us, you're never powerless. Visit boudreauxelectrical.com.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And return here is Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza downtown Baton Rouge.
Coming in for LSU Bama, staying in any of the downtown hotels. We're within walking distance of all the major hotels, right around the corner, a minute away from the Watermark, Hotel Indigo, about 2 minutes to Hilton, about 2 minutes as well, and all the other downtown hotels. Saturday and Sunday brunch before you head to the game, and maybe Sunday kind of recovering from the game right here at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. We're pretty shucking good. Let's get out to Las Vegas, cook it up with our buddy, Mr. Matt Humans. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty shucking good. I like that catchphrase. That's a good one. Whoever came up with that deserves credit. Looking forward to another night in Baton Rouge, Alabama, LSU. We had this character, Jimmy Ott, on our program a couple nights ago. We said he loves LSU in this game. Love is a strong word, but I like LSU as well, and hopefully you're right here.
Why do you like him, Matt?
Well, I think the Alabama defense has declined, and I've watched pretty much every Alabama game, and I know that the Tide shut out Missouri 34-0 a couple weeks ago, but the Missouri quarterback situation was a mess that day. That Missouri team's special anyway. The previous 3 games against Vandy, South Carolina, and Tennessee, Alabama allowed 29.7 points per game. So this is not the Nick Saban type Bama defense that you're used to. Also, Jalen Milroe, quarterback, has been making some poor decisions, turning the ball over a little bit too much. He's been a little inaccurate as a passer. And I always trust Brian Kelly. I know that he's probably got some critics down there in the Bayou because he's not winning enough games. But Brian Kelly off a bye with a quarterback in Nussmeier who's playing pretty well. And again, a night game in Baton Rouge. I took the points in that game against Ole Miss about a month ago. Felt pretty fortunate to get that win. But I think LSU's actually got a better shot against Bama here.
I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and these big time the matchups and the top teams in the league and the big venues. It's been tough, and only Georgia at Texas was able to go on the road and win. And look, I just don't think that Alabama beats Georgia if it's not at Bryant-Denny. I don't think LSU beats Ole Miss. I know they don't beat Ole Miss unless it's at Tiger Stadium that night. I don't think that Tennessee beats Alabama unless it was in Neyland Stadium. And, I was talking to Paul Stone about this, Matt, earlier, too. Point spread values for a home field value. And they say, well, Tiger Stadium or Neyland Stadium. Man, Knoxville for Alabama is not going to be the same for Mississippi State tomorrow. Tiger Stadium at night for Ole Miss is not going to be the same at 2:30 for UCLA. It's just not. It's not. They're not even close. They're like 2 different venues. So I think sometimes it's a little strong for these nondescript games, and I think the home field value is a little light for these bigger games.
Yeah, it makes you wonder too if you should take points with Mississippi State in this, a sleepy spot for the Vols, weighing 24. And that one too, I got that game on my list. But another team that went in and won a big game, a great atmosphere on the road. Hadn't happened too often. Ohio State at Penn State last week.
Yeah.
I was on Penn State plus 3.5. Once again, the fool backing James Franklin in a big game. And I hated myself for it. But again, you guys watched the game. What the hell was Penn State doing with those play calls inside the 5-yard line with first down? That is some of the worst I've ever seen in terms of play calling.
I mean, it was. I mean, how did they not score there? I mean, God. I mean, it was. Oh man, and that wasn't you. That was gotten in exchange. And what is the deal with the coaches, whether it's pro or college, that they're engaging with the fans now and the hecklers? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, really? You got Sirianni arguing with fans. Franklin's going to argue with fans. Leave. Just go. Take your $10 million a year, whatever you make. I mean,
What's your best case scenario when you go over to argue with them?
No,
They're
no.
going to say, "Oh, coach, you're right. We're sorry."
Once you
Hey, come
acknowledge
on.
them, it's coming 10
Yeah.
times. Guess what? You go next time. You got 20 of them yelling at you. So I mean,
That's James Franklin. You know, that's not the first time Franklin's had an issue like that. I think that's just because he's kind of a buffoon.
yeah, it's.
So is Sirianni, by the way. Sirianni is too.
I mean, could you see Nick Saban or Belichick, kind of engaging with hecklers? I mean, no. All right, let's get to some of the other ones. Iowa State, and keep in mind, Tennessee goes to Athens next week, so maybe the look-ahead spot for them against Mississippi State this Saturday. Iowa State lose their first game at Texas Tech. It was back and forth throughout the game, several lead changes, and then Texas Tech scores with under a minute to go to win it. In Ames. Now they go to Kansas. In Kansas, Jalen Daniels was struggling with the new coordinator change who went to Penn State, but then they're playing better, and they lost all these one-score games also, but they are playing better, Matt, and I've been on them as of late. You think you're taking a plus 3.5 at home against Iowa State?
I am. I'm taking the points here with Kansas. I think this game is at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, so I watched Iowa State the past 2 weeks, and the Cyclones needed a Houdini act to beat UCF at home.
Yeah.
38-35. Had to come from behind in the fourth quarter. Rocco Becht has had good numbers the past 2 weeks. But the Iowa State defense has not stepped up and made stops. Like I said, I think the Cyclones are really lucky to beat UCF. And then it caught up to them last week, and Texas Tech drives down and wins the game. And Cyclones could have a bit of a hangover from that. I just don't think they've been playing really good football the last 2 weeks. And you pretty much said it all about Kansas and some of my feelings. Well-coached team. It's had a lot of bad luck. Lost 23-17, 23-20, 32-28, 35-31, 29-27. Kansas has been in all of these games, and they're going to bust through with another big win. Jayhawks did beat Houston 42-14 2 weeks ago. But Daniels has been steady, and I think the Jayhawks get the win here and the Cyclones their second straight defeat at the worst. They could lose another close game by a field goal, so you got to take the points here.
Matt, they've lost 6 games this year. You know how many times they've had the lead in the fourth quarter?
I'm going to say 5 times.
6 times. They took
all 6.
Yeah, all 6. They took a lead to the fourth against K-State last week.
That the last game?
Yeah. So 6 for 6, leading the fourth quarter that they've lost. Kind of bleeding into what you're saying. I'm taking Kansas too. I love them with the points.
BYU and Utah, holy war in Salt Lake City, man. This is flipped. We thought Utah might be 8-0 right now. Instead, it's BYU.
That's a good point. Hey, I hadn't really thought about that because you go back to the summer and on all the shows on BSN, I heard so many handicappers predicting Utah to win the Big 12, and I decided to go contrarian because when so many people pick one team, jump on that bandwagon, the wheels typically fall off. So I decided not to go with Utah. I went with K-State. I was looking pretty good with K-State until that loss, inexplicable loss last week at Houston. But again, this Utah team's really talented. And what it comes down to is the defense. Kyle Whittingham's D allowing 16.8 points per game. The quarterback now, obviously Cam Rising's done. It's Isaac Wilson. He's not bad. He just turns it over too much. 8 touchdowns with 8 picks. You got a good running back, Micah Bernard, and a couple of stud receivers to work with. But I don't think you're going to see a lot of points in this game. In fact, I'm considering the under. It's going to be a cold night in Salt Lake City. BYU has not won at Rice Eccles Stadium in about 20 years. There's a lot of pressure on this Cougars team. This is a youth Super Bowl, right? Pretty much at this point to try to ruin BYU's dream season. Off of bye, I like Utah here and Kyle Whittingham because of his defense. I think what you're going to have is a tight game in the fourth quarter. Both offenses are going to be pretty much playing it close to the vest, and they don't want, especially on the Utah side, You don't want your quarterback to lose a game. You hope your defense can set you up to win it. I expect a tight, low-scoring game in the fourth, and I see some value taking 4 with the Utes.
All right, that's going to be a late game. That actually is 9:15 Central Time. So when we didn't have any games starting later than 7 last week. So the Pac-12 teams are now playing in the Big Ten. The latest that they start now, it looks like about 6 o'clock. Again, it's even starting later than UNLV at Hawaii. So Derek Stevens doesn't have to send a group of cameras over there to capture put this one on TV. CBS Sports Channel will be there, 8 o'clock Central Time. UNLV laying almost 2 touchdowns, 13.5 at Hawaii.
Yeah, I think the number's a little bit too high, and Circa's actually down to 12.5. I was looking into maybe buying this. There's a few books around here at 13.5. I was thinking about buying this up to 14 just in case, but I still think the number's a little bit high. The UNLV defense has not played great. In fact, in the last 4 games, allowed 33 points per game. Rebels been off since October 25th when they played when they played Boise. And that was the night when the UNLV defense actually did a great job against Ashton Genty for the Broncos, held them to 128 yards on 33 carries. The biggest difference, and we talked about this in your show previously, when Malik Williams stepped in at quarterback for the Rebels, you had to wonder, how was this guy not the starter the whole time? He's better than Matthew Sluka, the kid who left school amid the controversy asking for more money. Against Boise, Malik Williams had 175 yards passing, 105 rushing. He's got 12 touchdown passes, 5 rushing touchdowns, completing 68% of his passes. Sluka was completing about 45% when he left the team. And Ricky Williams, who's an NFL prospect at wide receiver, 51 catches and 9 TDs. He's the number 1, 2, and 3 options for Malik Williams, because Rebels don't have much else there. But this UNLV team's legit. It's good. Started 4-0, 2-2 since, with tough losses at Syracuse and Boise. But I've also seen a lot of improvement in Hawaii. Handicapping is always a fluid situation. Early in the season, UCLA and Hawaii both looked like garbage teams. You look now, what the Bruins just do. They won at Rutgers. They won at Nebraska. UCLA showed improvement. Hawaii has too. In fact, Hawaii came back, had 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and won a game at Fresno last week as a 2-touchdown underdog. Before that, blew out Nevada 34-13. Hawaii ran for 242 yards against Nevada and actually held Fresno to 176 total yards, outgained them by about 150 in that game a week ago. You got 2 quarterbacks playing at a pretty high level. Braden Shager, the quarterback for Hawaii, is a veteran. Seems like he's been around forever, making a lot of plays, not making many mistakes. And I think this Hawaii defense has dramatically improved. This numbers, to me, looks a little bit too high. I thought initially a few weeks ago that might even be 17. But Hawaii's made noticeable improvement, and the UNLV defense not playing quite as well. So I'm going to take the points here in Honolulu Saturday night.
All right, Ohio State's on the early Fox kick again, noon Eastern. They'll take on Purdue this time. And, we're talking about the changes of what's significant this year in college football. And we're talking in summer, it's the schedules. Nobody's got as tough of a schedule as Purdue in the Big Ten this year. Pretend like it's champagne, Boilermakers. You like the over 53 here, Ohio State, Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue's got a tough schedule, and unfortunately got its worst team in about maybe second worst team in the last 50 years. So that's a bad combination, and a lame duck coach too. And I think when you look at Ryan Walters, at times it looks like this team has kind of quit on him. I think he should be done. He should be fired. He's in over his head. He was a young coordinator who's not ready to be a head coach, and I'm not seeing great effort out of his defense. Not seeing a great scheme either. This guy's got to go. Anyway, Ohio State averaged 52.3 points in 3 non-conference games against Cupcakes. Purdue fits the definition of a cupcake right now, too. And the Buckeyes have not scored more than 38 in any of their 5 Big Ten games. I think they're looking to put up a big number here, and they're facing the right defense to do it against. Purdue on the road in 2 Big Ten games allowed 52 at Wisconsin and 50 at Illinois. I think Ohio State's going to top 50 on its own here, and you should be able to get at least a score or 2 out of Purdue with a couple of quarterbacks who can play a little bit, and Hudson Card and Ryan Brown shouldn't be hopeless. I could see Ohio State winning this game like 56-10, 59-10, something like that. So I think over 53 is a decent play.
All right, Matt. So, yeah,
Let me ask you guys a question real quick, because there's been a lot of debate about, coaches. We're getting to the point in the season where coaches are on the hot seat or getting fired. Sunbelt Billy's going to be back in Gainesville. That was announced this morning. So Florida fans got to be thrilled about that. When you look around college football and you see some of the openings that could pop up this year or next year, what do you think of John Gruden as a viable name as a replacement? Because I think if a place like Purdue wanted to fire Ryan Walters, and Gruden actually has got connections to the state of Indiana, he would make the program relevant again. He'd hire a hell of a staff, bring some enthusiasm, similar to what Deion Sanders has done in Colorado, but it would be such a circus. And he doesn't have a son who's a 5-star quarterback. But do you guys think Gruden, who has said recently that he is open to college coaching, he wants to get back into it, you think he would be a good choice?
I think it would depend on how he was able to handle the NIL portion of it. If he could do that, I think he's fine. And
when we say NIL, it's basically code for pay for play.
Yeah,
player budget.
If he gets a budget, then absolutely. I think he wants to get back in to the game. He's been around the Saints facility a lot. It's almost like he's jonesing to coach again. And given the legal battles with the NFL, it's probably not possible at that level. Matt, I think absolutely, as long as he can get a grip on the NIL portion of it, yeah, I think absolutely that works.
Just like Colorado, they're a non-traditional power, and they need sort of an angle to kind of get their fan base and their supporters excited and motivated to support them financially as well. The same thing with Purdue. Purdue's a non-traditional power, and just like when Joe Tiller went in there, he brought an offense and nobody else was running over there. And so that was effective, in getting them to the Rose Bowl. Of course, he had Breeze as well, some other guys. But I think that to get that fan base excited and get them to support and create that budget where he would have a fair shot. So, he would – the pro coaches, the coaches with NFL ties do those high school players that think they're going to play in the NFL, it does work. It does work. I know what you need. We're going to prepare you for the next level. Like Saban was a pro coach before, but it means it does work. And so his energy would be if he's dying to he'd be fresh. The batteries are recharged. So no, I think it would be, why not with Purdue? Well, why not? So who
or another school, somebody who's like you said, that Purdue, you got to do something different, right? You can't do what everybody else is trying to do and win. You got to do something different, like Joe Tiller did. And I think that Jeff Brom was Joe Tiller type coach, and Gruden, whether it's Purdue or another school, is big opening. I think he'd be a great hire.
It's funny.
Like you said, it recharge batteries. He brings great enthusiasm in that NFL angle. I think he's going to get a job offer.
It's funny because 15, 20 years ago, he was being mentioned a lot for LSU jobs. Yes, around here when he was less of a percentage, to less of a possibility. All right, let's get to the NFL before we let you go. And you're looking at a couple of, how about Steelers in Washington, the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, 3-point favorites here.
Yeah, there's not many bigger Jaden Daniels fans than I am, but again, in this situation with the Commanders, they're kind of on a magic carpet ride. I said they've got to get a reality check somewhere. Maybe it's going to be this Pittsburgh defense. Number 4 against the run, 90.5 yards per game. Number 2 in scoring, 14.9 points. Mike Tomlin off a bye as well. All the situational spread numbers on Tomlin are great. In the underdog role off a bye, 26-3 ATS as a home dog. Also really strong as a road dog. He won as a road dog in Atlanta in week 1. And the Steelers are 6-2 this season, both losses by exactly 3 points. And when you look at the Washington defense, number 29 in the NFL against the run, 143 yards per game. The Steelers want to run it right at you this week. And Russell Wilson has shown some stuff here in his 2 starts. I think he's looked a little bit better. You can believe in him a little bit. I like the Steelers. And this number was 2.5 in the market Monday night. On Tuesday, it was 3 across the board. I took 3, and then yesterday the only 3 was the DraftKings dropped back to 2.5. I think 3 with the Steelers is a pretty good bet. I think that's my favorite bet on the NFL card.
All right, and Kansas City 8 at home in Arrowhead against Denver. Denver coming off of getting shellacked in Baltimore. Divisional game here against the Kansas City Chiefs, who they're winning, but it seems to be one-score games every time.
Yeah, you're right. The Broncos beat the Chiefs last year. I'm not going to make too much about Mahomes and his left ankle that was rolled for the second week in a row. I think he's going to be okay. The thing the Denver defense has got to do, and every week you watch the Chiefs, you wonder, how did defensive coordinators allow this to happen? Travis Kelce Monday night just sits down in the middle of the field, 16 targets, 14 receptions for 100 yards. You got to take Kelce away. That's what Bill Belichick used to do, take away your number one option. And hopefully the Denver defense is smart enough to do that here. But the Broncos have been running the ball really effectively. In fact, they ran him for 122 yards in that blowout loss to Baltimore. Denver 5-4. About to go over the season win total of 5.5, hopefully. Only one loss by more than 7, and that was a 41-10 blowout of Baltimore a week ago. The Chiefs, 6 wins by 7 points or fewer, beat the Saints by 13, and the injury-riddled 49ers by 10. Again, you mentioned the division games. These typically one-score games. I think the Broncos are going to make this ugly, grind it out. And, hey, the Chiefs are okay to play that way. They're not a big strike offense right now. They're grinding out, sustaining drives, and I think 8 maybe enough to get me on the Broncos side here.
And there's no doubt. And of those 14 catches by Kelce, he averaged 7 yards. So if he had any yards after the catch, I mean, how far down was he catching the ball? 3 to 5 yards. So yeah, he more than, and listen, he's got a full plate. I mean, he's not in top condition right now at 35 as well. So they are a matriculating team. They are a methodical team as opposed to that big play. Kind of air it out type of team. Matt, good stuff as always. Don't forget Matt's Friday night handicapping show with a bunch of contributing handicappers, not just giving picks, but angles and analysis throughout the evening as well every Friday night on VSiN. Thank you, Matt. Good luck to you this weekend.
All right, you bet. Thank
All
you.
right, don't forget our friends over at Electric Man and electricmanbatonrouge.com. And, in the pandemic, we do a lot more things at home, remotely, and look, taking one of your rooms and turning it into your home office is not just putting a desk and but it's also electrical. It's lighting and things like that. So if you are working from home now, which so many of us do, we got you a powerhouse. Boost your facilities with a much more work conducive space, even with the comfort of your own home. Simple things like better lighting, right outlet choices and placements, and specially designed wirings for internet routers will improve the efficiency of your equipment and work experience. That will make it just that much more efficiency, that much more effective than you can with your home office. Call Electric Man today, electricmanbatonrouge.com, 372-5356, 372-5356, or electricmanbatonrouge.com.
Live at Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get your Butterball Thanksgiving turkey free at Rouse's Markets. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 spiral sliced ham for just $2.99 a pound and get a Butterball Grade A frozen turkey up to 14 pounds for free. That's right. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 spiral sliced ham. Get a free Butterball Grade A frozen turkey for your Thanksgiving dinner. Limit 1 per customer with $25 in-store purchase. Visit Rouse's.com for more details. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the Saints.
Looking for an exciting career? Guarantee Media is hiring. Go to guaranteemedia.com to see open positions and apply today. Guarantee Media is an equal opportunity employer. GuaranteeMedia.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
Need more space? Workbox LLC has the storage solutions you can count on. Whether you're a homeowner, commercial contractor, or industrial business, we have the space for you. Our secure, versatile storage units are ready to meet your needs. Contractors, keep your site organized and efficient. Store your materials with us and access them anytime you need. Businesses, industries of any size, Workbox LLC is your trusted partner for flexible, safe storage. Workbox 343-4886 and workboxllc.com.
Make LeBear's Baton Rouge your game day headquarters this season. They've got the biggest screens around, and now you can bet and dine at ESPN Bet in person. Plus, sign up today for Cover 5's SEC contest. Go to the Cover 5 app, click on Join a League, and enter the code LABRSEC24. Pick each SEC game that week, play against your friends, and enter to win weekly and season-long prizes. Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today. LeBear's Baton Rouge, your live sports headquarters. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966 for help.
Leaves are falling, and so are prices at Shawbill's Tire and Auto Service. Now through November 30th, get up to $120 back by mail when you buy a set of 4 new select Toyo or Nitto tires. Plus, get free installation, a $118 value when you use your Shawbill's credit card. Visit ShawbillsTire.com to shop Nitto and Toyo tires and for complete offer details. Shawbill's. We keep you rolling. Offer expires November 30th. Void where prohibited. Subject to credit approval.
At Lofton, we're in the business of matching hard workers with some of the most sought-after employers in the Baton Rouge area. To Lofton, you're more than just another employee. We care about your interests, and we can help match you with a company that needs your skills. You can complete an application, schedule an interview, and even browse jobs by simply going to lofton.jobs. That's lofton.jobs. We also offer an unlimited $100 referral bonus. At Lofton, we put people to work. Lofton.jobs.
Previous hailstorms have caused hidden damage to countless Baton Rouge homes. Ryson Roofing spots the damage, makes the claim, and replaces your roof. You pay only your insurance deductible. Never anything more. Call Ryson Roofing today and schedule your free inspection. 330-3513. RysonRoofing.com.
Hi, this is Jake and James of Trash Rangers of Louisiana. Have a question, a problem? Call us. We answer the phone. 225-363-9053.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
121-12674. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Back here at Jolie Pearl live at lunch. Of course, college game day will be on the LSU campus this weekend. Man, it has been since 2005. Game day has come to LSU and Alabama between here, Tuscaloosa, and the
20 years.
The one they did in the Superdome for the national championship game, which is obvious. But besides that, how many times?
15.
10.
High.
11.
Every other year.
11 with the national championship.
You can't count that.
Right. They have decided on the guest pickers for this weekend. You want to take a guess?
Well, you mean you got a sports-minded crowd, so it'd be, like we've had Shaq's done it in the past, right? Has he not?
I don't know if Shaq's ever been the actual guest picker, maybe.
I think this is an easy one. Is it one or two people?
I don't want to say.
Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's perfect.
The only other thing that was I think people had speculated was because the Bengals are playing tonight, that if Joe Burrow had come down here, that he might have been. But
true.
It's going to be Skeens and Dunn.
Forgot about Joey B. is playing tonight.
Him and Chase could have come down, but I don't even know if they're going to be at the game. But they are playing tonight. No, but it'll be Skeens and Dunn, the power couple of all power couples for LSU. So
but they're right. I mean, just after his rookie year, I mean, this time last year, and look, in all due respect, but it wasn't like he's taking it to another level. Not college baseball is big around here, but it's not. This is a different deal, man. He's going to finish the top. He's going to get rookie of the year. He's going to historical year. I mean,
started the All-Star game.
I failed to mention that. Yeah, first time ever a rookie starts the All-Star game, and no, I think it's perfect.
I do.
She's
too.
still here.
Yes,
she's still her last year here,
and they're the defending national champions.
That's right. That's right.
There couldn't be a better infomercial for LSU than
it works. No. Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah. No, this is some valuable. It's invaluable marketing. You can't spend money. This has because it happens organically. It's not bought.
Right.
It's not manufactured. And
it doesn't hurt that they're sitting next to Nick Saban, who won a national championship here.
How about that?
Pretty good branding advertising for LSU this weekend.
How's he going to be treated?
You know what? This is just my guess. I think great. I think the fans will lead it up. I really do. Now he picks Alabama during the pick'em segment. They'll get after him, but but no, just the beginning part of the show. I think
he's not picking LSU. He can't. He was at Bama way longer than LSU.
Oh, I know, and he hasn't picked against Alabama.
He's still got an office there.
Yeah, and
I mean he's stuck. Come on.
So they'll get after him when he does that.
Yeah.
But no, when they open the show, no, I think you get a warm welcome. I really do.
Hey, over at Relief Windows, we talk about those gelled window RLS windows that are built for the South Louisiana extreme weather conditions, but we talk about their shutters too. Interior window shutters from Relief Windows offer superior quality. They look great, increased home insulation as well. Plus, our customer shutters are installed by our team, ensuring a beautiful product and easy process from start to finish. Again, louvered shutters are made from a poly resin material that is made to look and feel like wood. Unlike traditional plantation style shutters, our material is moisture proof, fire retardant, and easy to clean, will not crack, fade, yellow, peel, or warp. These shutters are beyond beloved throughout and are built to last in the southeast Louisiana weather conditions and the rest of the Gulf South as well. Relief Windows open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 230-5652 and reliefwindows.com.
Kenny White with us when we return here at Jolie Pearl and Town Square Pizza live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ROCK to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ROCK to 42424. That's ROCK to 42424.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Is it time for you to get new windows, doors, or siding? Then I have 2 pieces of advice for you. Call Tommy's Windows and get multiple quotes. Then you can compare our costs, products, and references. Go to GoTommys.com to give us a chance. We're Tommy's Windows. Go Tommy's!
It's the Winning Wonderland giveaway, only at Beau Rivage. Now through January 1st, play for your chance to win something on everyone's wish list. $250,000 in prizes, including a 2025 Porsche. Drawings November 30th and January 1st. 2 times drawing entries every Monday through Wednesday. Don't just wish this Christmas, win at the Winning Wonderland $250,000 giveaway, only at Beau Rivage. Color, make, and model may vary. See MGM Rewards Desk for details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The worst corridor for sex trafficking is New Orleans to Houston. Meninoia Manor is a safe house for trafficked girls. It helps with their healing and provides education and life skills. Donate now at helpprotectthesegirls.com.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And the way go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Oh, Baton Rouge hockey, the Zydeco team is back in action right around the corner from, they're playing tonight and tomorrow night at the Raising Cane's River Center. And just steps away from here at Jolie Pearl. Come to Jolie Pearl Town Square Pizza before or after here at the hockey game for the tonight and tomorrow night. Of course, weekend brunch this Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with live music, lots of close parking available. We also take reservations, so you're staying in any major hotels. For LSU Bama this weekend, we are just within walking distance of all the major hotels here at Jolie Pearl. We're pretty shucking good. Let's get to Kenny White out in Las Vegas, KennyWhiteSports.com. Kenny, before we get, how you doing, brother? You doing all right?
Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm well rested at trying to make some smart decisions. You know, instead of working harder, I want to work smarter, and I've heard it's pretty difficult to do, but I'm trying to do that right now.
That was a theme back in the late '90s, Charlie, with the Jared DiNardo era. I think we were talking. I mean, we're working hard, but can we work a little smarter around here?
What they say, you know, we've been trying to chop down a tree with a sledgehammer. How about we use an axe or a chainsaw?
Let's get to this. Let's use a chainsaw this week. Let's start off with the Holy War, huh? Flip the script. Everybody thought Utah would be the undefeated team right now, but it's BYU going to Salt Lake City. Utes are coming off of a bye. Man, injuries have been a big storyline for them this year.
Yeah, it sure has. And you know what? I'm really rooting for this game, and not just because my rant is I've been waiting 20-some years for a college football playoff, and we finally we've had one, but I submitted to the NCAA. Personally, I submitted it, a 16-team tournament with bowl game style, so that every bowl game would still get their due and have their heyday, and a rotating bowl system in how they did it. And they may have taken some of what I submitted to them because they were a client of mine. So I had their ear, and I gave them this 16-game championship. And when I put it together, I put the 16 best teams in there. And when I saw on Tuesday, or actually I think I saw Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning, I'm not sure when I saw it, but when I saw the first bracket and I saw BYU in the Final Four with a bye, I was sick to my stomach because that's not what I want to see. BYU I have them ranked 28th in the country. Maybe I have them underrated a little bit, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. Some people say, oh, no, they got to be – there ain't no, they got to be top 25. Well, Western Michigan was 4-0 last night in the MAC, and they weren't the favorite at home against the team that was 1-3 in the MAC. Records don't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. If BYU is in the SEC, they'd be 3-5 right now, and nobody'd be talking about them, and they're going to get a bye in the college football playoff? No, it's garbage. So I not only have a play in this game, I have a huge rooting interest. I want to see BYU go down in this game, and I still think Utah is just as good. And you're giving BYU a bye, and Utah's 4-4, and they're just as good. Well, that just shows you what the AP, the coaches, and the ADs know. They know zero.
Yeah, I was. It looks like the biggest thing for this committee, the biggest stat that they're looking at is the loss column, and I mean, all schedules are not created equally. There's no doubt about that.
No chance.
All right,
I'd rather have 12 SEC teams in the championship.
So Utah.
And then, well, maybe we had Ohio State. Maybe we'll put Ohio State in there. Maybe we'll put Oregon in there. But it's maybe Miami. But if those teams had to play in the SEC, they'd all have 500 records.
Kenny, who would you have? I asked this to somebody earlier. Who would you have on a neutral favorite between BYU and Boise?
I would have Boise the favorite in the game. I looked at it yesterday. I think I have Boise about a 2-point better power rating. But Mississippi's not even mentioned, and I'd have Mississippi a 12-point favorite over BYU on a neutral field.
In Ole Miss, how about the injury? What do you make about that injury report? I know it's not one of your picks, but that Lane Kiffin put out 26 players on there. Is Lane up to something here?
He's trolling.
Huh?
Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
I gotta believe he's trolling. With Bill Belichick, every week Tom Brady was questionable, played every single time. Bill Belichick didn't like the injury list. Lane Kiffin probably doesn't like it either. So you know what? I'll fill it up with a bunch of names.
He's got to do something with his time. The league has cracked down on the fake injuries.
That's why he's doing it this week. This is in response to that, so that if they get him for faking injuries, he can go back and say, no, they were on the injury report. This was something pre-existing. Belichick got the red ass when they fined him for misrepresenting his injury report. So he said, after that, anybody who's got a hangnail goes on their injury report.
All right, Utah plus the 4.5 in the Holy War. Let's move on to your next pick. And UConn's just fine in my book. Had 7.5 on Friday night in that game with Georgia State. Now they play UAB. How about this? They got another Kitna. Jalen Kitna lit up Tulsa last week. He threw 6 touchdowns in a 59-21 win. You like the Blazers again here, plus the 6.5 against UConn.
Yeah, Jacob Zeno, who? That was their starter, but Jalen Kitna has been incredible. I think he's thrown for close to 800 yards in his last 2 starts. Now, this is one thing I look at closely this time of year. Teams that get that 6th win are now bowl eligible. Sometimes take an exhale, and they've met a goal that the team has set, and that sometimes is a letdown. And I wanted to see, I couldn't remember the last time UConn was at a bowl, so I Googled it, and oh my gosh, it wasn't that long ago. 2 years ago, Jim Mora got 6 wins in his first year, only 3 last year. But the headline on the newspaper, UConn football reaches bowl eligibility, 2nd time under Jim Mora. That's the headlines. Kids read the headlines. That's an important fact. I think they have a letdown here. I don't think they'll be ready for UAB. They'll look at UAB and say, they're 2-6. We can walk on the field and beat them. UAB still got a good team. Trent Dilfer has been given so much disrespect because of former coach Bryant, who's now over at where's he at? Somewhere in Louisiana, isn't he? The coach that
ULM. He's at ULM. Yeah.
Vincent Bryant.
Yeah. Is he Louisiana Monroe?
I think he's at Louisiana Monroe.
Monroe.
And he's doing a great job. So Dilfer's getting a bunch of, he's hearing it from everybody. They should have hired Bryant Vincent instead of Trent Dilfer. That was about 3 weeks ago this chatter started. And the last 2 weeks they've covered. They've played much better. Their best 2 games.
I think we dropped Kenny. Let's get him back in a little bit to finish up his picks as we continue. Don't forget our friends over at Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com. And, man, you trying to get that restaurant-style rice. I've tried for years, and it's about the rice that you're using, man. You got to go and get the parboil rice from Supreme Rice. It's now part of the Supreme Rice, the different rices that they have. It's available in just about all of Baton Rouge area grocery stores. The parboil rice, restaurant quality rice from Supreme Rice. I'm sorry, Kenny, we dropped you on the UAB. So UAB plus the 6.5 against the UConn here.
Yeah, I don't know where I got dropped, but I think UConn is Trent Dilfer's ready. His team's playing for him with all the chatter about Brent Vincent should have been the head coach. The big week by Kitna last week, the 2 straight spread covers, I think they're headed in the right direction and they're showing improvement. I think Connecticut has a little bit of a letdown from being bowl eligible.
All right, 2 teams going in opposite directions right now, and this is one of my favorites, and they have been struggling lately. I love Rutgers. Ciano had a better team. We know he's a great coach. He's familiar with the programs, the best coach he's ever had there, and they won 6 games last year. Sure, they would win 6 this year, and they had the easiest schedule in the Pac-12, avoiding Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan. But they've lost 4 in a row. Minnesota has run 4 in a row. PJ Fleck, including being an unranked visitor, ranked favorite over a ranked team. They take care of business at Illinois with the late touchdown last week. Buy low spot here in the Scarlet Knights at home, +6. Kenny?
Yeah, I feel like it is. And then it's another one of those situations where Minnesota won their 6th game last week, so they now are bowl eligible. And they've been very fortunate. In their 4-game winning streak, they are +9 to the turnovers. 9 turnovers. Some of them may have been, something that they created the turnover, but most of the time, turnovers are just something very fortunate. A weird hit, the ball bounces out, the running back doesn't squeeze it hard enough. Those things turn around in the long run. So I think Minnesota has a little bit of a letdown after last week's big win. Plus, next week, Minnesota hosts Penn State, who they lost 45-17 to in 2022. It was 2 years back, but still, that is the big game, and I think they're looking forward to that. Greg Schiano, as you mentioned, solid head coach. Yeah, they've lost 4 in a row, but it was Nebraska, Wisconsin, UCLA, and USC. Nobody horrendous. All of those teams I have rated well above average. Even UCLA is above average college football team. So I think the Rutgers can play with Minnesota here, and I think they have a chance to win the game.
All right, tonight's NFL game. Joe Burrow doesn't have a whole lot of help. Well, he's got Jamar Chase, but not a very weak running game. Protection's an issue, as it's been the whole time. Defense is not slowing down anybody this year, and they blew that lead against Baltimore last time out. Now they go to Baltimore and take on the Ravens. Ravens 6-point favorites tonight on Amazon Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I like Baltimore. I think they're the better team. Cincinnati, you're right. Joe Burrow doesn't really have much help other than Jamar Chase. And if you like props, I think Jamar Chase over in his receptions and receiving yards is a good play, and I think Joe Burrow over in his passing yards is a good play. I also like Lamar Jackson over in his touchdown passes and in his rushing yards to go over. So I made this total 63.5. These are 2 of the most explosive offenses in the NFL and 2 defenses that are rather average. I have Cincinnati's defense number 19, Baltimore number 17. Again, back and forth. The first game was 38-38. We don't need 38-38. We just need 31. We'll take 31-24 because I do like Baltimore -6, but I do like it over as well.
All right, KennyWhiteSports.com. Kenny, anything we love being on that VIP, that text change as the picks come rolling throughout the weekend?
I'm glad you aren't. I've had several people from your area signing up lately. I know when I see that Baton Rouge area code, I love it, and I hope everybody's enjoying it. I think I enjoy seeing the other guys' plays just as much as seeing mine. So glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for letting people know about it.
Kenny, good luck to you this weekend. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thanks, Jimmy. You
All
too.
right.
Have a great weekend.
All right, our friend Kenny White. Don't forget, we're over here at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Holiday parties right around the corner. Again, filling up on some of our dates. So we have a completely different menu, different sizes of gathering, whatever gathering that we have. It's a historic landmark building. So great setting. And man, it's going to be it's going to be decked out starting Black Friday with our Christmas pop-up decorations. Call Elizabeth over here for details and to reserve your spot and reserve for your gathering. 615-7172, 615-7172. Jolie Pearl, great place for your holiday gathering this holiday season.
Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Pierre Part Store and the Thibodeau Store. If you're got some home improvements that you need to do, let the experts there walk you through. You know, it's not like the big box stores where you go in, you pick up your supplies, and you're pretty much on your own. Maybe a YouTube video, maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer. But if you do need some advice, let the experts at these two stores walk you through. They're going to save you time. They're going to save you money. No unnecessary supplies, no bad procedures. And they'll work with your contractors if you're hiring out to deliver those supplies. So go to ThibodeauStore.com. Also at the Thibodeau Store, tons of jambalaya and crawfish pots, big selection of grills, big green egg cookers, Cypress furniture, and a lot of fishing gear if you're going down the coast, a little recreational fishing. The Thibodeau Store, the Pierre Part Store. The Pierre Part Store just finished their 113-year anniversary, so they've been at this a long time. They can help you out. Down in Thibodaux, 900 St. Patrick Highway, and online it's ThibodeauStore.com.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 19...
Hey, you ready?
Yeah, it's rolling.
This is Charles Hanagriff. Join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch. Lock of the Week Friday, presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investment, starts at 10 a.m. at Rufino's. 3 big hours getting you ready for the weekend. Live at Lunch, 10 a.m. Friday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Optimized Generator People are Louisiana's largest and best full-service Generac dealership with 4 locations covering all of South Louisiana from Lake Charles to Slidell. And they only do one thing: home standby Generac generators. Prepare now so you can stop worrying about not having emergency power when you need it. It's optimized. GeneratorPeople.com. GeneratorPeople.com.
Nothing is more important than your safety and security. Trust the local team at Audio Video Security Solutions to handle your home or commercial surveillance system. Mitchell Fisher and his team can provide all the necessary equipment and installation so you can monitor your home or business 24 hours a day. Get 24-hour live viewing, recording, and playback while avoiding any cloud storage fees. Multiple different systems are available for demo at their showroom on Jefferson Highway. Visit them online at avssla.com. That's avssla.com.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Sound Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Sound Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Before every game, you're reminded that Tiger Stadium is a pantheon of concrete and steel. When it was time to add upper decks, do you know where that concrete came from? It's Louisiana Concrete Products. Whether it's the next Gulf hurricane or Death Valley earthquake, you can trust Louisiana Concrete Products.
1, 2, 3.
The 2024 College Football Pick'em presented by Hooters is underway. Get your picks in now at 1045ESPN.com. This year, weekly winners will receive a Hooters wing party for 10 people. And the first place season-long champion will win a 75-inch 4K TV, soundbar, and free Hooters wings for an entire year. It's the 2024 College Football Pick'em presented by Hooters. Swinging it since 1983. Get those picks in now at 1045ESPN.com.
Hi, this is Jake and James of Trash Rangers of Louisiana. If you switch your residential or commercial trash pickup to us, we promise to never sell your trash to the paparazzi. Seriously.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Jolie Pearl downtown, facing Town Square on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All right, welcome back as we wrap things up here from Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar again over here at Jolie Pearl. Don't forget holiday parties right around the corner. Dates are filling up. So again, we've got all different sizes. I mean, 10, 15, 20, 100 people, whatever it is. So it's a great setting for your holiday parties. Come by and visit with Elizabeth, or she can send you a menu of the catering menu that we have over here. Different bars, you can set it up however you want. So do a nice job. Do the white linen tablecloths with the chafing dishes and things like that. It's a great setting. And don't forget, Christmas pop-up starts Black Friday. This thing is decked out to the nines. So a lot of people come downtown, just take a picture and things like that, and come and grab a drink and a bite to eat over here at Jolie Pearl.
All right, Bengals and Ravens tonight. You have a big game for Cincinnati. If they get it back to 500, they can.
Be tough to win. No T. Higgins. I mean, again, it's just such. There's no room for error with Burrow. Burrow's had a great year.
Really
a great year. He's top 5 easily. I mean, we talk about when supporting cast. What's one of the things? Well, running game. They have no running game. They let Mixon go. They got a bunch of third down backs. They had to pick up a guy this week. Joe said, "Oh, I'm just going to tell him to play in the huddle." I mean, he can't operate like that. The protection has been a Band-Aid from jump. It's still not right. I mean, he doesn't have the best protection, and the defense is probably the weakest since he's been there. Also, I mean, it just has no room for error. So, I mean, that's a hard way to fly. And I think Derrick Henry, it's a new dimension. I think he's in better shape. He's more of a home run hitter than sort of this trudging back that he used to be. He should have a big day against Cincinnati tonight.
Thanks, everybody, for participating. We'll be at BRQ tonight for Rovers to the Rescue, supporting our veterans. And tomorrow we start at 10 a.m. from Rufino's for Lock of the Week Friday. From all of us here at Jolie Pearl, Charles Hanagriff saying thank you and good afternoon. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Electric Man of Baton Rouge is here to help with.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Okay, thanks.
With years of experience, Electric Man aims to deliver fast and dedicated electrical services without compromising safety, quality, and integrity. Licensed and insured professionals to do the job for you worry-free. Electric Man offers guaranteed appointment times and free estimates, offering veteran and senior discounts also. Find Electric Man at electricmanbatonrouge.com to schedule